Good morning, everyone. In the previous class, we were discussing about application of semantic web. One more application is enterprise application integration. The semantic web can impact industry as a tool for enterprise application integration. Just as the web today integrates human-oriented information systems, the semantic web could integrate applications in which data has well-defined meaning. As an example, consider British Telecom call center. Uh, these call center platform are for companies to communicate with their customers and the market. Current call center technology lacks the support of the operator in solving incoming requests. The investment in call center technology could offer better customer service, lower overheads, and lower operational costs. For British Telecom, a system for operating intranet-based virtual communication is being developed. It allows the automatic sharing of information. The system OntoShare allows the storage of best practice information in an ontology and the automatic dissemination of information to relevant call center agents. The ontology provides a shareable structure of the knowledge base and a common languages for communication between call center agents. The business integration technology uses XML documents that might first be lined up to an RDF data model. Then different private RDF data models are mapped to the shared mediating data model, enriched with different constraints and formal specification of shared semantics of the concepts. Middleware could facilitate the interaction between applications across heterogeneous computing platforms. The increasing use of the web as a channel to access the information system force middleware platforms to provide support for web application development. This support is typically provided in the form of application servers and web services. The complexity of managing a distributed application remains a challenge for developers and administrators. For example, managing component dependencies, versions, and licenses is a typical problem in an ever-growing repository of programming libraries. Both types of middleware try to counter increase complexity by managing various issues in an application independent way. An ontology could harmonize conceptual models covering aspects from the heterogeneous areas of components and service descriptions. The ontology could be leveraged to support developers and administrators in their complex tasks during development, deployment, and runtime. An ontology covers aspects from the heterogeneous areas of component and service descriptions, policies, quality of service, service level agreements, and privacy. Ontologies formalize concepts and concept relationships very similar to conceptual database schemas or unified modeling language. Class diagrams, however, ontologies are expressed in logic-based representation languages. Inference engines are allowed to query and reason with ontologies at runtime. The UML is a standard language for specifying, visualizing, constructing, and documenting software systems, as well as for business modeling and other nano software systems. It represents a collection of engineering practices that have proven successful in the modeling of large and complex systems. Semantic based management of middleware comprises two layers. First one formally specifies a conceptual model of middle layer in several aligned ontologies. Thereby, the conceptual model for the middleware proper needs to be built only once, while the conceptual model for the application domain for example, web shopping for books may vary. Second, a formal specification of a concrete set of services and the properties they have by providing semantic metadata that are aligned to the ontologies from the first layer. The semantic metadata formalizes a particular instantiation of a distributed application, while some of the semantic metadata can be generally can be generated automatically. A full specification will always require manual provision. This is usually a rather cumbersome and error-prone work for the developer. Hence, the goal is to decrease the cost. The idea behind foundational ontologies has arisen from experience in ontology and software engineering. The experience has shown that ad hoc conceptual models may adequately reflect a given state of requirements at a certain point in time. However, the extension of requirements has easily led down nowhere because a given ontology proved to be unextendable for new requirements. The problem could often be attributed to a design of the ontology. Foundational ontologies capture insights from philosophy, logics, and software engineering in order to prescribe good ontology engineering practice at an upper level of the ontology. Ontologies can provide more complex definition for information retrieval. They are a key asset in automating query answering, maintenance, and automatic document generation. Knowledge base. In a number of parallel efforts, knowledge systems are being developed to provide semantic-based and context-aware systems for the acquisition, organization, processing, sharing, and use of the knowledge embedded in multimedia content. Ongoing research aims to maximize automation of the complete knowledge lifecycle and to achieve semantic interoperability between web resources and services. In one particularly interesting application, Sycor intends to sell products and services using its interference engine, which has been designed to work with CYC knowledge. Sycor provides a reference cycle server, CYC server, executable for Intel-based Linux and for Windows systems. OpenCyc is the open source version of the CYC technology, the world's largest and most complete general knowledge base and common sense reasoning engine. Sycor, the builders of CYC, have set up an independent organization, opencyc.org, to disseminate and administrate OpenCyc. OpenCyc can be used as the basis for a wide variety of intelligent applications, such as speech understanding, using the KV to prune implausible choices versus common sense, discourse context, and database integration and consistency checking, rapid development of an ontology, and email prioritizing, routing, summarizing, and annotating. Web ontology language for services. Web services are self-centered, self-described component applications that can be published, located, and invoked across the web. They perform functions that can be anything from simple requests to complex business processes involving multiple simple services. Once a web service is deployed, other applications can discover and invoke the service. At present, web services requires human interaction for identification and implementation. Tim Berners-Lee has suggested that the integration of web services and the semantic web could offer significant performance improvement for web applications. Integration could combine the business logic of web services with the semantic web's meaningful content. There are several areas where the two could work well together. For example, the current technologies for discovery, uh, UDI, binding web services, description language, and messaging, such as SOP technologies, could use OWL to provide an ontology for automatic semantic web services, thereby allowing interaction with web business rules engines. In these coming topics, you can see the building blocks for the next generation of web services, semantic web services, web technology, web ontology language, and OWL for services. Create logic statements for inference engines utilizing semantic web rule language that allow manipulation of application logic directly through web markup languages. Currently, OWLS, SWRL are not at W3C recommendations and each have several competing submitters. However, any future semantic web service is likely to grow out of OWLS and SWRL components, so their presentation is included. The first is XML-based web services. Web services provide a standard means of interoperating between different software applications running on a variety of platforms. The XML provides the extensibility and language neutrality that is the key for standard-based interoperability of web services. Web service discovery and composition is led by Universal Description, Discovery and Integration developed by IBM and Microsoft. Well-accepted standards like Web Services Description Language for binding and Simple Object Access Protocol for messaging make it possible to dynamically invoke web services. Web service discovery and composition is led by web service architecture requires discrete software agents that must work together to implement functionality. Furthermore, the agents do not all operate in the same processing environment, so they must communicate by protocol stacks that are less reliable than direct code invocation. This requires developers to consider the unpredictable latency of remote access and take into account issues of partial failure and concurrency. In XML-based web services, an agent sends and receives messages based upon their architectural tools. If a requester wishes to make use of provider's web service, he uses a requester agent to exchange messages with the provider agent. In order for this message to exchange to be successful, the requester and the provider must first agree on both the semantics and mechanics of the message exchange. The message exchange mechanics are documented using WSDL. The service description is a specification that can be processed by a machine using machine formats, data types, and protocols that are exchanged between the requester and provider. It also specifies the network location of the provider. What are next generation web services? The vision for semantic web services is to automate the discovery, invocation, composition, and monitoring of web services through the use of machine processing. Websites will be able to use a set of classes and properties by declaring and describing an ontology of services. Web ontology language for services has been designed to meet this goal. When the semantics of the web service is known, Its WSDL description can be accessed by a program using the WSDL description for the interface binding and operation. If websites publish their metadata, then software agents can extract the information. In this way, software agents can automatically exploit web services from semantic descriptions that are machine processable. To use a web service, a software agent requires a computer interpretable description of the service and access. Making and sharing these descriptions is an important goal for semantic web markup languages. The ontology structuring mechanism of OWL provides the appropriate framework for websites to be able to employ a set of basic classes and properties for declaring and describing services. For any piece of data to be automatically processable, first it has to have a well-defined format. A well-defined metadata description language allows automatic processing of the description to obtain the metadata. However, to interpret the metadata automatically, the meaning or semantics must be known. The meaning of data is given through domain-specific ontologies. The OWLS is a high-level ontology meant to answer what and why questions about a web service for the application level. An ontology for web services makes web service machine understandable and supports automated web services, composition and interoperability. OWLS provides an ontology for web services that automates four functions. First one is discovery. A program must be able to automatically find or discover an appropriate web service. Next is invocation. Software must automatically determine how to invoke or execute the service. For example, if executing the service in a multi-step procedure, the software needs to know how to interact with the service to complete the necessary sequence. A semantic web service provides a descriptive list of what an agent needs to execute the service, including the inputs and outputs. Composition. Software must be able to select and combine a number of web services to complete a given objective. The service have to interoperate with each other seamlessly so that the combined results produce a valid solution. Monitoring. Agent software must verify and monitor the service properties during operation. Program agents must locate web services that satisfy a given set of constraints. This requires equally smart execution monitoring to go along with the discovery and invocation. Developers will want to build up complex web services from simpler ones using the inputs, outputs, preconditions, and effects of the simpler services. Intelligent composition of services will provide interoperation and automatic transitions between clients and services. The ontology of services provides three essential types of knowledge about a service. Okay, these three services are service profile, service model, and service grounding. The class service provides an organizational point of reference for a declared web services. The service profile provides information about a service offered by a website as well as a services offered by a requester. An agent determines if the service meets its needs while satisfying constraints such as security, locality, and quality requirements. The service model enables an agent to determine whether the service meets its needs. Compose a service description from multiple services, coordinate the activities of different agents, monitor the execution of the service. Okay, these are the roles of service model. That is to determine whether the service meets its needs. Compose a service description for multiple services, coordinate the activities of different agents, and then monitor the execution of the service. The service grounding specifies the details of how to access the service, such as protocol and message formats, serialization, transport, and addressing. The grounding is basically the inputs and outputs of automatic processes. The current specification OWLS 1.1 is available at www.daml.org. In general, the service profile provides the information needed for an agent to discover the service, while the service model and service grounding objects provide information for an agent to use the service. The properties okay, so this is service profile. Service okay, a few other details about service profile, process model, and these things we can continue in the next class. Okay, about the further details about service profile and service model and service grounding. Okay, these three things we can continue in the next class. Okay, today I will just stop here. All of you mark your attendance. Remaining things we shall see in the next class. Okay, thank you. I will stop here. Please mark your attendance first. Thank you.